Yebere Nyankopon say it is another new day and Nyankopon edi acha ebusia ma mema wa chen na ma kwaba emfa wo mra adwumadie se de etie ne adwumadie so e wa AdomTV so yefrem da chen hene na ya wa sante ka se Dominic Siebo o ma hene kobra sante ne AC ohene and we producers on this particular show and ye ba bedi nkomo over the week in summer hudu a esi wa mo ni se okopie mu e wo England ade ya oba hema ho Queen Elizabeth otosumienu wanya ne baby ko ama ene ewiase nyina akwa ya asem ebedi hu nkomo kakra na we veer into Ghana Aisha one issues ene galamse nipa dodo na e kire mu say look say ye adwin say be prosecuting the relationship between China and Ghana no will be normal be a one share entumi enim boy bebre. Then we can look into the presidential travels. Any jet no baby akwakodro. Is it true, Sir Okudzeto Ablakwa has goofed big time when it comes to the location of the presidential jet and what it's doing at France? We share a his statement or the buyer in the commentary why ya fanwa and no na yebabedi ho enkomo. Okudzeto Ablakwa is the MP for North Tongu constituency. He is my guest this evening. So, Honorable, Bibi Aboko. Honorable, say, looking at you, any baby, I will free bar, and they it has become an issue. The Queen is dead. Negative effects on the continent and Ghana and Senator.
Yo, Eddie Kind, my person, Mama, UK for Yako, the royal family, King Charles III, will take it over from Nemame, and indeed the entire Commonwealth. Ghana, a very strong member of the Commonwealth, a year association of countries associated to the British Empire, and 96 years. You better me akase nyame aye Queen Elizabeth II, Her Majesty Adom because enye obiana and aye nyina na you better me attaining that longevity of life.
Yeah.
And to be on the throne for 70 years. This year now, or commemorating the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. And Nyame Ayebi ama the royal family ama yenyina as members of the Commonwealth. And I would say, sir, Usha, the outpouring across the world now. We won't say as a world leader, as a queen, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, abomodin yepa, because Obaye, no, those were really difficult times. 70 years ago, and at a young age of 26, Nanso Obomodia and Navigate. And remember, say, Obaye at the time, Second World War, and a Cold War between the two superpowers. We had a bipolar world. And you also had a situation where British Empire was collapsing, was crumbling, because many countries were now succeeding in the struggle for independence. Was Sub-Saharan Africa, Ghana, and Etea kind. We were the first country to attain independence. 1957 went beyond that. 1960, you cut all political ties. You can say the Queen can no longer be our head of state. You know, and then other countries followed. It led to a certain cascading effect, and all the way to Asia, and then the Americas. The British Empire was really shrinking, reducing in terms of importance. Imperialism clearly was on the retreat. Now, as I said, or change strategy. To her credit, or to me, redefining the relations between the British monarchy and then other international partners, and or rebranded the Commonwealth. At the time of Bayer, just about 8 countries and aka, but Obomodia created a very attractive association. As I say, there were 56 countries making up the Commonwealth, including countries countries to say Rwanda, which did not have any link. There was no with the British. There was no colonialism. And I know that it's a tricky matter because Usha Yabako Sama, traditionally, we've had very difficult history with the British. Colonialism is not something to celebrate. Omo apologize because colonialism is subjugation, gross discrimination. They take over your territory and then they impose themselves as leaders. Eti wankasa woman no woni to me say obe assuming the leadership of your country, and our natural resources also, and all the resources in the country they take it over and then plunder it and pillage and all of that. Certainly that dark history, and young Kaisu said the struggle for independence, it was not an easy struggle. Ebi Ewuye, 1948 riots, the crossroad shootings, colonial leaders, the independent struggle was a struggle of sweat, blood, toil, and sacrifice. People like the Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah were arrested and detained without trial. We have a very bloody, a very dark history. It is possible to celebrate the Queen and not celebrate the British Empire in terms of colonial history. We have to do that distinction. And to say, Kasa Queen or Waya, no, it doesn't mean say her predecessors and the empire is being celebrated. We have to do that distinction. Having said that, Ono Kasa take the whole royal tradition on a different course or change its trajectory. And to be fair to her, she decided to pursue the path of colonialism, subjugation, discrimination, or now be a change maker, or be charting a new path and open a new chapter. Into Usha that history and that track record now, I think posterity will be fair to her. Say, or no dear, or yeah dear, and she ushered in a new era of respect for human rights, respect for the values of democracy, and a mutual respect.
George Floyd, government somehow, Ghana, looking at the Queen for who she was, would you advise that we do something in remembrance of her in Ghana?
Already, Yaman Paying President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will issue statement, a very timely statement, well couched. That statement has been well received. A lot of the international media outlets, they have really received Ghana's statement led by our president very well. That must be said. And then the decision to announce a 7-day observation and directing, say, your flags and fly at half-mast. And also a very good decision. And I think that is enough because it's virtually announcing a 7-day period of mourning. I think that it is enough. It is likely, Omobeye, a mass funeral, what the funeral arrangements will be. Omonya and announce it. It is likely, probably the president will lead a delegation to go there to mourn the Queen. I think that should be enough.
Okay.
This should not be another opportunity, say, say Sika and all of that. And you see, you can't cry louder than the bereaved. And honestly, that George Floyd, you know, I really did not understand what it was about. Until what has been done so far now, when the funeral arrangements are announced and there's a possibility, say, a delegation from Ghana led by the president can go, I think, say, it would be beautiful for the president to lead a beautiful bipartisan delegation. Probably if he can reach out to the former president, and then they go together, maybe a leadership of parliament, both sides, to show unity, national cohesion, because the Queen really stands for that. You know, she became a symbol of unity, bipartisanship, stability, and honestly, she's interacted with all our presidents and all our parties until she towers above partisanship. Until a bipartisan delegation of that kind of nature would be nice. That is, if there is that opportunity, and then I think we can end it there.
Aisha one, if the laws of Ghana find her guilty, not say the laws convict her, will it end up spoiling the relationship between Ghana and China?
Edi Kain, Aisha one assembly no. As I say, you trace it from time you no, the first time.
Okay.
We need to understand from your government, say, adentina or more a file that knowledge prosecute. We simply meant say, we are no longer interested into young prosecutor will be on. And omo ejano. Omo kase omo deportee no. I have been asking questions, and I'll come to why I'm still asking questions, why I'm not convinced
omo
deportee no.
Okay.
And we must go back and ask those fundamental questions, all the way to how or to me, say if it is true that she was deported, how or to me BT system no. And the irony is that this is a timer. Yakase, as a country, no, we are on high alert for terrorists. But Ebanisena, in this era of heightened security, and as a member of parliament, ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, minim sika ya approve, and yes sika kitwa, to fortify our borders, improve surveillance, and indeed enhance the entire security ecosystem. Into Ebanisena, just one person. Etumi a dribble obia, etumi obtain Ghana card cry account. And again, Ghana card. This whole digitalization investments are here. It's because you bet to me, Yakase, we are doing all of that so we can, you know, detect these things, identify criminals, and quickly round them up. Into one person, what to me, just like hot knife through butter, a dribble obia, she's made nonsense of all the investments are here, billions of Ghana cedis, and all the claims are here say, look, we are ready for these terrorists, they cannot come in, we are, unpenetratable, and we are just poised and really positioned to fight, terrorists. Until we need to ask all of these questions. Say, what is going on? Are we safe? The chairman of the National Security Council, which is the president, the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, must be addressing the nation on this matter, because Obia Abohun, and we are all asking ourselves, are we really safe? What is going on? Because it's clear to me, say, or by way our top contacts
within the political hierarchy,
within the top echelons of our country, political, security, and key state institutions. Because to me, to even own businesses, own shops, and be operating, leading a gang, and all of that for all this period. Now, yes, Obi Antanechi. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Now, on the matter of deportation, I am beginning to have my doubts. Sir, was she really deported? Because Metie various minors, even leaders, various associations. Yes. Almost say, oh, Aisha Hwana, Omo about a year ago, because 2 years ago, they were into, sir, 2018 deportation. Did it really happen? And I have been doing my checks. Look, as a ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, meaning how these deportations are done. Ube Kaya, Mustation Kra e career. Americans recently, or more around the Ghana for under President Trump, our Moka say they are deporting illegal immigrants. Yes. Illegal immigrants, not those. When them say, or more year deportation now, or more communicating with the Ghanaian government. Into those of us even in Parliament, now you name say, or more deporting a number of your compatriots. Or more my Edeno, we had the flight details. You name time or mobile. And they were escorted. American officials escorted. It became an issue. Say, Sena omu treaty national. So omu treaty omu ye. Omu bis eka say omu cheni omu on their chairs. Omu bi eka say no omu pensio kra omu nyansi on and all of that. It was a big issue. Yanyina ye call airport, eko welcome omu. The media recovered it and all of that. Inti Ebani Sena, this high-profile person. Because Miami checks, I have been asking. Wouldn't say it doesn't appear that she was even escorted. I've been asking, was she escorted? I've been asking, say, Omo Drew Hono, Chinese officials been a receiver Omo. I've hit the blank. Nobody can tell us. And sometimes you don't want to expose your sources, but you can do your own checks as media. Find out from even the Chinese government, the Chinese embassy, where they say, Obi within the Ghanaian government, Echro, Krata, Ekacho, Musa, yeah, deported. Na Moso, Munya ready, Mun receiving. No escort, no communication, and we don't know who received her in China. I've been asking for the records. Even the flight details, flight banner, or we use it to deport. Good. Because look, we have been here, and when him say, in addition to that, who deport you be? Within your laws, you have the right to communicate to the receiving country. Say, Nipa we are here deporting. Ebia 1 year, and now 2 years, and now 5 years, on to me and stand by your chrome. Uko back in our history, the 1985 Susudis affair, our Americans had deported. When him say Americans no deported Michael Susudis, no, Omoka say, Omo court and what their decision is, and they say, to me and back American. Yes. And since 1985 up to now, almost 40 years, Michael Susudis to me in America. He will not even go near a U.S. embassy say, or apply for visa. We have been asking, what were the terms, what were the agreements? Mo deported no. Was it say to me babium? And now was it for 1 year? Was it for 2 years? Was it for 5 years? That's how these things are done. And as ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, I have been asking these questions. Nobody is giving me any answers.
But upon you not getting the answers to the question, will you want to conclude say she wasn't deported?
So far, no. I am not convinced, say she was deported to China. My name say be a arrangement, be say be a continent Togo kakra, na Burkina Faso, and Benin. But to China, I mean, I really am not convinced. The only way to begin to restore confidence, and he say you set up a full-scale independent inquiry. A good team, Obian himself, they will do a thorough job. And then the results will be published. The reports will be made public for everybody to see. That really is the only way out. Now, Obia who say, okay, it's not really the case. And if yeah, even though she has some good contacts and there's a cabal, a clique, a certain mafioso within the government or now within the country, no, at least President Onkaho, until we are setting things in motion to unravel that. Then you begin to restore confidence. But the way I near my Ababe say hash, will be some questions and no answers. There's no transparency. All we are hearing is Attorney General say Monfa docket number. That demand no crono is worrying. So all along, what was he doing?
The demand is worrying.
Yes, Anka case where a matter of national interest. He would not have the docket. He would not know, say, Asha Juan is around and has been made to appear before court, has been picked up by certain people within the police. And you know that even what led to her current arrest has nothing really to do with Galamsey and all of that. Look, this is a matter that, as I said, Omunyana in the chain, Omwa Boa, Omwa Edi, Omwa Betty, who are part of this grand conspiracy, they have to be exposed.
Ebusha ma yenjira ha ne yentwa ye homra ye ba to aso. Ebusha ye kwaya ya sen aba ye to aye nkomo no so ha. Now, honorable, yenhwe the presidential jet in France. You put out a statement and Eugene Abba out with another statement to tell you that the presidential jet being in France is for a repair work or kind of a maintenance. We hear your kind of statement I already threw out now. And before I describing it, it was very mischievous. You wanted to drive home certain sentiments, and this time around you never had it right.
One kasa, what kind of statement now made it to journal? You are a journalist.
Yes.
And what did I say? In my statement, these are the issues. Eddie Kine, say your presidential jet, any Ghana, me track here on 30th August, France. And at the time I may issue a statement on 7th September, it's still in France. Into then I asked the question. Number 2, me bisa say your presidential jet call France, your president so call France. Couldn't we have synchronized? Because the same week, just 30th, 3rd,
yes,
same week, so that we will save money. It's about protecting the public purse. That's the question, the second question I asked. Third question, Mibisa in my statement. Mibisa say, Enyamuna Moka say, presidential jet no, into me into coin direct to Europe. The experts have advised the government, say, and it's no longer safe to fly directly to Europe.
Yes.
It's Eugene Ahin issue statement. Like I said, so they don't, for trips beyond 6 hours, no, use the presidential jet.
Yes.
That is what they have been advised. T4 a Google cry, you see Nana Komia also says, experts in our culture almost say they shouldn't use it for non-stop travel beyond 5 hours.
5 hours.
Into your banisana, latest tracking where am I no? Jet no, it took 6 hours, 24 minutes, non-stop from Accra to Paris. Into all along, excuses na more mano, sena enye no kre. And I have always believed it's not true because who kind the specification of the Falcon 900 EXE now, a long-haul aircraft. OSHA specs ni nyina omodeba Parliament 2008, President Kufuor omobeto jet we na. Omonkasa eka at the time, the Honorable Kandapa was minister responsible for defense. Or they told you say the jet is a long-haul aircraft. I bet to me to coin 9 hours non-stop. And sana ube here refuel. Inti yesika ya say over 34 million Ghana cedis so far on 20,000 euros an hour luxury jets. And as the defense minister said, just for showering in the sky, say Sasikano, we could have protected it. It's just total waste of money. Those were the questions I raised. Eugene Ahin response na why mischievous. He then decides to set his own questions and answer them. Questions when you na me raise here in my statement on answer about couple. One, 6.5 hours journey, no. And yamuna why would you deny and I issue statement? I say experts have advised you. And that is why we have been asking in Parliament since last year, May last year, say experts advise. One, who are those experts? Two, where is the advice? Let's see. Lay the document and let's read it. And let's see the expert advice. Because most say presidential jet where President Kufuor order, President Mills President Mahama or complaining. But in saying that President Akufo-Addo is not fit for purpose. So Eugene Ahin doesn't address the issues. He doesn't talk about the 6 hours, 24 minutes. He does not address the non-stop flight, which exposes more defense that they were mounting all along, which has turned out to be just blatant lies. And then he sets his own questions.
But he addressed the fact that the Falcon was in Paris for maintenance work.
Good.
That was one of the questions I would be saying.
Yes.
And he has answered the question, say, because he repaired.
Good. And no chrono, Minia. 25th May, and Tier4 bet to me at Google. 25th May, Defense Minister Honorable Dominic Nitiwo granted an interview to your sister station, Joy, in your multimedia group. And I'll announce here, say, presidential jet will be sent to France for servicing major repair works at the end of May. And it will not be available for the next 4 to 5 months. Inti abane senda afina eko. Inti May anko, June anko, July anko, August and sana, August 30th. And when you put out that information as a government, ebia BBC want to me anfanko. Shouldn't you come back and correct that information? That's what transparency is about. When you don't do that, what we are now suspecting is that Mosheda Namumaya that wrong date, so that the president can continue to charter at 20,000 euros. And you see, this attempt to drag me into a politics of insults, I won't go there. I mean, Eugene Ahin was way my junior in Prosec, but I'm not going to engage in, the politics of it. So let's deal with the issues. So far, fact nina media to since this campaign started May last year. It's been more than a year, by a year and a half. Not once. Omun to me and challenge. Anytime I talk about where the presidential jet is, that is the fact. Anytime I say it's Omonko Chata, that is the fact. Every fact we have put out, it's been incontrovertible. It's been unimpeachable.
Honorable, I mean that's your friend Honorable Samuel Ablakwa, Okudzeto, ana Okudzeto Ablakwa no, and I mean no etwetwe nkomo ewa dwumede. Nyankopon ye Adom a na wotwe se na besa transe. Ya de nkomo no ato aso. Your friend Dache hene nana ya wa Sante. Ebusua, me de wesi. Good evening.